Honorable members, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Tingo wakasa kupata ngopanga kucontribute kwa mali. Ngopanga kucontribute kwa mali.
Let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the office of rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we ask you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom we have been pleased to call to the performance of important tasks in this land. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come to under our deliberations in so just and faithful manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen.
General business, communication from the chair.
Afternoon, honour members. Good afternoon, honour members. Welcome back to the House this afternoon. I have one announcement to make. It is about the results of the football game that we had last night. Honour members, I understand it was played more than 90 minutes because the honourable members were trailing at some point. They wanted to equalize, and it ended at 4-4 draw. Congratulations to members of staff and the parliamentary team. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister of Youth and Sports. We hope the leader will be there next time. Thank you very much.
First Deputy Speaker, good afternoon, and good afternoon the entire House. First of all, let me congratulate the members of Parliament who managed to hold staff who have been training for the past 4 years, only to be held by people that just trained for 2 days. So technically, Members won. Congratulations. But that was on a lighter moment. On a serious note, First Deputy Speaker, like I indicated yesterday, today we'll start with ministerial statements. The first will be the Minister of Gender, followed by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. Once we dispose of these two items, we'll move to bills, money bills. So today we'll table two money bills. If there's time left, we'll see what to bring on the floor. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Government business, ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Gender, Children, Disability and Social Welfare to present a statement on the National Observance of Disability Rights Awareness Month in Malawi.
Honourable Minister, you have 20 minutes to present the statement.
Good afternoon, First Deputy Speaker, sir. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to make this ministerial statement in this August House on the observance of the Disability Rights Awareness Month in Malawi. This is one of the vital mechanisms that my ministry is undertaking to promote rights and well-being of persons with disabilities in the country. On the onset, First Deputy Speaker, let me take this opportunity to thank His Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the President of the Republic of Malawi, for appointing me as the Minister of Gender, Children, Disability and Social Welfare. This displays the trust that His Excellency, the President, has on me to serve the most marginalized and deserved, the nameless and vulnerable population groups. I gratefully promise to take this noble task and serve with excitement, zeal, commitment, agency, and umuntu. Let me also congratulate you, First Deputy Speaker, the Speaker, and the Second Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ministers, Deputy Ministers, and all honorable members on their victory and opening your door into Parliament. Congratulations. First Deputy Speaker, sir, one of the mandates of my ministry is to promote the quality of life of persons with disabilities in the country. As such, my ministry works with various sectors to help them incorporate disability issues in their respective plans, policies, and programs. Not only that, First Deputy Speaker, we also undertake different awareness initiatives about disability to promote mindset change and foster inclusion of persons with disabilities. First Deputy Speaker, in the spirit of promoting communion and solidarity by ensuring that voices of persons with disabilities are included in the National Development Agenda, my ministry collaborates with local and international non-governmental organizations, civil society organizations, development partners, including the Federation of Disability Organizations in Malawi, FEDOMA, and its affiliate organizations of persons with disabilities. We subscribe to the idea of nothing about us without us, to effectively reach out to and serve this population group. First Deputy Speaker, at this point in time, allow me to zero in on the purposes of this ministerial statement, which is the observance of the Disability Rights Awareness Month in Malawi. The government of Malawi commemorates this Awareness Month annually since its adoption in 2015. It was created to provide our country with the opportunity to engage in various initiatives that promote understanding of human rights issues concerning persons with disabilities and highlight areas that require action. Besides, this month-long observance acts as a precursor to commemoration of International Day of Persons with Disabilities that falls on 3rd December annually. First Deputy Speaker, we have embraced the month as one of the mechanisms for dealing with deep-rooted and stereotypical negative attitudes towards persons with disabilities because positive change requires communal effort. As we observe the Awareness Month, we are guided by global theme for the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. As such, this year's theme is Fostering Disability-Inclusive Societies for Advancing Social Progress. The theme calls for a society that provides equity in accessing social justice and at the same time having inclusive institutions for attaining sustainable development. This aligns with goal number 16 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development that recognizes disability inclusion as an essential condition for building effective, accountable, and responsive national development institutions, policies, and programs. First Deputy Speaker, significant about the theme is the need to provide disability-friendly infrastructure and facilities that continue to pose barriers for participation of persons with disabilities. My ministry, through the Malawi Council for Disability Affairs, MACODA, is taking a step ahead to enforce Section 28 of the Persons with Disability Act of 2024 to allow persons with disabilities enjoy their right to access and use buildings, facilities, amenities, and services that are open or provided to the public. May I implore all those who own buildings that are for public use to adapt or make those buildings accessible to persons with disabilities by 15th April 2029. First Deputy Speaker, let me also remind all local government authorities, all those responsible for physical planning, that under the Persons with Disability Act, it is against the law to grant permission for or approval to any construction of a building for public use that does not conform to standards of universal design. Ministry of Transport and Public Works, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Ministry of Health and Sanitation, and Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, please help us on this. We are continuing to see inaccessible public infrastructure being erected in our councils, towns, and cities. We need to see existing facilities and buildings made accessible and newly constructed ones that are fully accessible to persons with disabilities. Through you, First Deputy Speaker, I would like, therefore, to ask all honorable members in this House to be on the lookout for all construction projects in their constituencies and district councils to facilitate access and use of such facilities and buildings by persons with disabilities. Furthermore, may I request you, honorable members, to consider allocating a percentage of resources for the from the Constituency Development Fund for interventions that will specifically benefit persons with disabilities. These are affirmative actions that can immediately and easily begin to influence at this level, I believe. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to tackle something about persons with albinism. The DPP government, under the leadership of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, is committed to end atrocities and violence against persons with albinism. We all know that these atrocities have been rooted in unfounded beliefs, myths, and misconceptions. Persons with albinism are human beings. Their skin color does not reflect any differences but rather it is a symbol of human diversity. It is pleasing to note that effort by the government and other stakeholders are giving us positive outcomes. It is very important to equally recognize the dedication and zeal which we have shown as a nation in rising persistently to overcome the atrocities. First, Deputy Speaker, while we are making this progress, it is sad that some perpetrators are vandalizing graves and exhume or attempt to exhume bones of the dead. Let me therefore call upon traditional leaders, district councils, members of parliament, and all the stakeholders to make sure that deceased persons with albinism are buried in graves that are strengthened with concrete. We have also a skin cancer as another silent attacker that is claiming more lives of persons with albinism in the recent years. First, Deputy Speaker, we are deeply worried because interventions to control this killer are not well advanced. As such, the country is losing a lot of people to this preventable disease. This is one of the challenges that we must jointly address as a country. May you be informed that currently my minister is leading an inclusive, participatory, and accountable review process of the current framework for protection and promoting of human rights of persons with albinism in the country. The National Action Plan on Persons with Albinism 2018-2022 to come up with a successor plan. Let me take this opportunity to warn those that are still promoting violence against persons with albinism. Know that once we catch you, it is over with you. The law will bite you, and we will make sure that you will not exit the door of the jail. First, Deputy Speaker, in conclusion, I would like to challenge honorable members here to do something that will promote rights of well-being of persons with disabilities in their respective constituencies during this Disability Rights Awareness Month. This thing should not be a handout or charity, but something that will empower and have significant effect on the lives of persons with disabilities and promote their independence and dignity. At this point, let me thank you, First Deputy Speaker, once again for giving me this opportunity to make this statement in this House. I would like to assure you, all honorable members, that my ministry is committed to promote and safeguard rights of all persons with disabilities in the country. However, this is achievable if we also allocate enough resources for disability inclusion to my ministry and other related ministries. Issues affecting persons with disabilities are intersectional in nature and require joint efforts among all sectors, players, and all of us. With these few remarks, I thank you, First Deputy Speaker, and thank you, honorable members, for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, honour members. Honour Minister of Gender, thank you very much for the statement. Leaders, you have said we have 2 statements to take. Can I be guided, leader, on how many members we should allow to ask questions on the current statement? Leader?
First Deputy Speaker, in order to efficiently use the time available, let us allow maybe 4 members from each side. Thank you.
Honour members, we've received the statement and I will recognize honour members to ask questions. I'll start with the Blantyre
Sochi Zingwangwa.
Sochi Zingwangwa constituency, then whip, opposition whip, and then the honorable member right at the back, Baraka Ngwangwa constituency. So we'll start with those three. Honorable member for Sochi Zingwangwa, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, First Deputy. First and foremost, congratulations once again. Congratulations, Minister, Honorable Minister, for a well-presented statement, enlightening. Two questions. Persons with disabilities, I choose to call them persons who are differently abled. I think there's an issue of malnutrition. In my constituency, a lot of persons who are differently abled, they're also facing challenges with regards to malnutrition. So I wanted to know from the minister, through you, First Deputy Speaker, if there are any plans to, or if there are any interventions by the ministry to sort of have food relief, more especially supplements for persons who are differently abled. The second question is on access. She mentioned equity, and we're all aware our constituencies have been allocated 100 million for women and 100 million for youth. I don't know if there is any collaboration with the Minister of Local Government. If we could have a suggestion, maybe, if we could have an approach where we have a quota on the 100 million for youth and 100 million for women, where, you know, persons who are differently able could also get access to these loans. So I think that's, through you, First Deputy Speaker, that's a question to her with regards to collaboration, zeroing in on the 100 million for youth and women, specifically for persons who are differently able. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. There's Mulunguni. Have I pronounced your constituents well?
First Deputy Speaker, thank you for recognizing the people of Dedza Mulunduni.
Mulunduni.
Mulunduni, yes. Sir.
Thank you. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. Allow me first to congratulate the Honorable Minister for the well-presented statement as we go towards the commemoration of the rights of people with disabilities. In one thing that we all agree is that people living with disabilities, but particularly those with albinism, have been a target in this country. And I applaud the minister for sounding a strong warning towards those that perpetrate these kind of barbaric acts. First, it would be a suggestion that she has extended a call to parliamentarians to act deliberately in a way to protect people with albinism. I would want to request first that politicians should be warned specifically, not only which doctors and would-be perpetrators of these acts, because it is a fact, it is on record, that politicians have also been associated, they have been mentioned in cases where people with albinism have vanished or have lost their lives. So, Honorable Minister, as you are responding to the questions, sound a deliberate, a clear, special warning to politicians in the country as well. My question, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Minister has said or has called upon the citizenry to make sure that when people with albinism have died, they should be buried in concretized graves. This is a good call, Honorable Minister, that is to protect the bones of dead people who lived with albinism. But there have been plans or there have been programs in this country where the people living with albinism must be protected, provided with medical care, provided with security, and also provided with housing. Wanted to know if those plans are there in the action plan. And secondly, if there will be any provision of the said cement to concretize the burial grounds for these people, because this is someone who, while he was alive, he could not even access the cream that they need. While they lived, they could not access the protection. While they lived, they could not have housing, and even when they are dead, they can't afford a coffin. But here we are being called upon to provide cement for the concretization of their graves. Is there going to be any provision, just like you've provided for housing, towards the burial of these people? Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Baraka Ngwangwa.
Come and try it.
Change to the next microphone. If the honorable member seated next to you would allow you to temporarily use their seat.
He's my good friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, for giving the opportunity to Baraka Ngwangwa to respond or to comment on the report. As
Honorable member, you need to ask a question.
Yes.
In your preamble, go straight to the question, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My question mainly goes or targets on issues to do with education for learners with diverse needs. So, Mr. Speaker, I do appreciate the report by the Honorable Minister, but we should also accept the fact that learners with diverse needs continue to face challenges, especially in areas of education. I want to give an example, Mr. Speaker, that in Baraka, we only have 13 teachers with special needs. So I wanted the minister to explain on what the minister is doing to ensure that the number for the special needs teachers be increased. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Minister, for your response.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. Allow me to thank the Honourable Member for Sochi Zingwangwa constituency. The Honourable Member would like to ask my ministry to provide the food supplements, particularly to children with disabilities. I would like to assure you, Honourable Member, that my ministry is working with the Malawi Council for Disability Affairs to identify families and households with children with disabilities so that we have a clear picture on the actual needs on the ground. However, some efforts that the ministry has done to seek for support from organizations and companies to help with resources and foodstuff, especially fortified porridge that we will provide to such families and households. So I would like to assure you that my ministry will address your issue very soon. The second question from Sochi Zingwangwa is the issue regarding to loans for the people with disabilities. You have indicated that women and youth have been allocated 100 million per constituency every financial year. Indeed, it is important to also consider those with disabilities. And my ministry is working hand in hand with NIFI. There's a special package for persons with disabilities. And also, we have a disability fund within my ministry. I thank you, Honourable Member. First Deputy Speaker, there's also a question from Deza Mulunguzi. Mulunduli.
The name is pronounced Deza Mulunduni.
Deza Mulunduli. Thank you so much, Honorable Member for the Zamlonduli constituency. First Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Member is suggesting that a strong warning goes to perpetrators that are involved in the killing of persons with disabilities. Indeed, these issues have been there for a long time, and we are working tirelessly to ensure that all perpetrators, whether from political parties or which doctors, we are going to deal with them, and be assured issues of killing of persons with albinism will be history. We will arrest them one by one. I thank you, Honorable. The last question comes from Balaka Ngwangwa. Allow me to thank the Honorable Member from Balaka Ngwangwa for his question. The Honorable Member would like to ask my ministry to consider allocating teachers with special needs in his constituency. I would like to assure the Honorable Member that I have taken note and will sit down with my colleagues in the Ministry of Education. I thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Chirazolo Masanjara, Dowa East, and Mwanza Central. In that order, please.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. I would like to say thank you to our Minister for a beautiful presentation. I have two questions only. In my constituency, I have over 200 people that are disabled. So my question is the government working on projects or some way of providing businesses or something to these people that are physically challenged should be able to provide for their families? I'm asking this question because in Kenya, there was a certain street that the government modified tricycles for people that are physically challenged. Example, a guy with one leg, they were allowed to use the tricycles, and the kabaza, they are used mostly by people with two legs. So is the government working on something like that, at least that these people should be able to provide for their families? At least we create a certain business or a room for them. My other question is, I feel like in the group of these physically challenged people, their world is very small. I'm saying this because we do not have a lot of sport activities for these people. So my question was, is the government also able to look into something like this, that we provide sport activities special for these people? Because I've also seen in other countries, they have celebrities that are disabled. So we have kids at school. I wish they would stand up and mention and point at someone that when I grow up, I want to be like such a person. So in the world of showbiz, I think Fred Okis would understand. They make celebrities. So I think, so my question was that are we able to introduce some sport activities suitable for these physically challenged people? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honourable Member, I don't know what you meant when you said Fred Okis. Actually, the chair was so worried to say, is that a new word? Is that a new word that you have just originated from Chirazolo Masanjara? Or is it a river in Chirazolo? What is Fred Okis?
I'll take that back. Sorry, my friend, I forgot. Honorable Karua, since we are good friends, so sometimes I say that. Yeah? Brantaya City. I'm very sorry for that. Thank you very much.
Oh, you meant the Honorable Member for Zingwangwa Sochi constituency.
Honorable Member for Zingwangwa Sochi constituency.
Now you got it. I didn't know his other name was Fred Okis, so I'm actually starting to like the Fred Okis name than the other name. Thank you. Dowa East.
Thank you, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker. First of all, allow me to extend congratulations to you, the Speaker and the Second Deputy Speaker, for being elected as our leaders in this House. Honorable Minister of Gender, I want to thank you for a very good statement Many people would like to comment on issues to do with other sectors, and they don't prioritize issues with disability. But you have given us a very good statement on persons with disability, and I want to thank you. You have also highlighted quite a number of affirmative actions that the ministry is doing, which is commendable. I would like, therefore, want to extend and ask if indeed the affirmative action would go and ensure a right to education is indeed achieved. We have seen, for instance, persons with albinism have got an issue with their visual, how they're able to read, and when it's time for exams, they are given the very same time with people that are able to read, and their concentration therefore affects them. Are you going, Honorable Minister, for instance, to go a mile and allow persons with albinism, young people, young children, even to be allocated a bit more time during exams so that their right to education is not denied just because they are visually impaired? Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, through you, I want to, sorry, my sister Sidna Bange, that's why I sang her so. I want to know if indeed
Honor members. Honor members to my right, allow me to listen from Doha East in silence.
And Honorable Speaker, maybe because I am addressing you, I will not respond to that, but I am so much thanking the Honorable Minister for a beautiful statement she has given. And there's no crime for me to ask a question, to say I didn't do something, therefore I should not ask. I have the right as a Malawian, and I will ask any question. And no one is going to stop me asking any question. And that one, I tell you, I'll do that. Yeah, no one is going to ask me what to say. If you read what I've said, I've commended the minister and I've not committed any crime. And you cannot tell me to stop asking questions.
Point of order.
I represent Doha East and I will not stop doing that. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. Another affirmative action I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, adding from what, if there will be indeed an affirmative action in recruitment. We have seen persons with albinism being recruited in police and others. But if you walk around Parliament, you will not find any person with albinism. You will look at all other places. Would you, Honorable Minister, with this good statement, consider giving more affirmative actions so that we include persons with albinism in recruitment and making sure they're enjoying the right for being Malawians? Right Honorable Speaker, finally, to thank you for giving Doha East and recognizing that as Doha East, I'll ask questions like any other person in this House. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. Mwanza Central. Mwanza Central.
I see the leader is standing.
Point of order.
Okay. Thank you very much. Second.
Point of order. Point of order.
Honourable Member, what has gone out of order?
Yes, the minister gave the statement, but it is not yet circulated. So some of the information that she presented, we are unable to put them together. So wanted it, if she can do it so that we contribute it for the sake of some of our friends who are just joining us. Thank you.
Taken. Honourable Member for
Rumpi East.
Is that another point of order?
Yes, Honourable.
Okay.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, sir. Is it in order that the member just asking the Minister of Gender now from Doha?
Point of order cannot reflect on a member who did not make any statement. The honorable member in question from Doha, was that Doha East?
Yes.
Was only asking a question, did not make any statement.
No, the question, he pointed out that in the minister's statement, she didn't mention on how to promote people with albinism to be part of this house. So is it in order that they had a member who was campaigning under the party, he's of an albinism, but they didn't support that member to retain
Thank you very much.
Is it in order?
Thank you very much. That point of order is not sustained. All questions, honour members, all questions on a statement should be addressed to the honourable minister. Can we conclude with the remaining 2 questions that I already, Mwanza Central?
Thank you very much.
Floor.
First, Deputy Speaker, I have 2 questions. Honourable Minister, thanks for presenting a very well elaborated statement. I have 2 questions. I want to find out, you have mentioned about disability fund. As members of parliament, how do we facilitate the process of our constituents accessing that fund? Because sometimes when we do it at a district council, most of the times they tell us that there are no funds. So would you please provide guidelines on how we can facilitate that process? The second question is, most of the times people with disabilities are provided with equipment, mainly tricycles. But when it comes to maintenance, it becomes a problem because most of the times they don't have resources. And if they cannot manage to mobilize from within their circle, the equipment is left without being maintained, and they go back to the normal way of doing things. So I just wanted to find out, as members of parliament, how do we access funding for such equipment, if at all there is any funding? Last one, sorry, I have 3. I have some 2 girls. They were selected to a secondary school in Shehu because we don't have one in Mwanza, and they are at they are doing self-boarding, so they have to, have maize and other food items. But sometimes it becomes a problem. It may be a situation with many people with such disabilities. So I'm speaking on behalf of the rest. Is there any provision in your ministry or that we can access from our councils to assist such students, because they are suffering? Sometimes they don't go to school because their parents cannot afford to provide food for them as they go to school. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. Allow me to thank the Honourable Member Ochiladzulu Masanjara for his question. The Honourable Member is asking my ministry to assist persons with disabilities in order for them to be active. He has given examples, like to allow them to participate in sports activities. I would like to assure Honourable Member that my ministry have a number of programs. For instance, we have a beauty pageant for persons with albinism. And the issue to do with sports activity is a welcome development. I will definitely sit down with my colleague in the Ministry of Sports so that we discuss and come up with something for persons with disabilities. The honorable member may wish to know that some of these issues are cross-cutting in nature. So my colleague here in the Ministry of Youth will definitely assist my ministry in such activities. Questions from Lower East, the former leader of House. Allow me to thank him for his questions. The honorable member would like to ask my ministry to come up with affirmative action on employment and access to education. I would like to assure the honorable member that currently my ministry, through the Malawi Council for Disability Affairs, MACODA, is collecting information from all employers at the end of every year to establish the situation of employment for persons with disabilities. And the ministry will work on the regulations that will allow or provide legal support to promote employment of persons with disabilities. I would like also to assure the honorable member that there are already affirmative action on persons with albinism. They are considered and provided with enough time during exams at school, at secondary level, and when writing manual examinations. So we'll continue monitoring the situation, and if anything, if something happening in your area, please keep us updated. We'll make a follow-up. Mwanza Central is asking my ministry to allow providing disability fund to the persons with disabilities. I have already responded to one of the questions that indeed we have disability fund, and MACODA is the one in control of these funds. But if you have time, please visit my office. Let's sit down. I'll give you all the contacts so that you go in your district and contact the right person. But the funds are already for persons with disabilities. And you are also asking my ministry to assist the 2 girls in your constituency. I think this issue should also be discussed during our meeting. So create some space, let's sit down and come up with something for these 2 girls. We are promoting girls' education, and we cannot sit and watch our girls suffering because they have some problems with disabilities. We will ensure that these girls will be assisted. I thank you, honorable member. First Deputy Speaker, I have exhausted all the 3 questions. I thank you.
Yes, you have. Thank you very much. Leader, I saw you raising. Leader?
First Deputy Speaker, I want to beg that we vary the order paper, that instead of us going to the second ministerial statement, we first of all deal with the 2 money bills so that the minister can go and attend to budgetary issues. I beg to move.
Thank you, Leader. Honour members, we have a motion on the floor that the order paper be varied to allow us to tackle government business 3B bills. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried.
Government business bills.
Honour Minister of Finance, honour members, the House has received communication from the Honour Minister of Finance to move a motion on to waive the Standing Order 125(2) from our standing orders, which allows the minister, this House allowing the minister to waive the 28-day notice. So at this time, I will allow the Honour Minister to proceed as such. Honour Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, for allowing the Ministry to present the two bills. Allow me to present Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank.
Honour Minister, we will first allow you to move the waiver on the Standing Order 125(2) on the 28-day notice.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Thank you, Honour Minister. Yeah. Thank you.
I wanted to introduce the bill that I'm presenting and then ask for the waiver. And the bill on the table is Bill number 24, 2025, European Investment Bank, M1 Road Rehabilitation Loan Authorization. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move that notice period for the circulation of the Bill number 24, 2025 be waived in order to allow the House to consider this bill because of its urgency and importance. The reason being as follows. As we are aware that the Northern Corridor is very, very important for the transportation of goods and services to and from Malawi. And also the people in the northern region have been suffering due to the poor conditions of the road, thereby affecting lives of the people and also economic development. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that the notice period be waived.
Thank you very much. Honour Minister, thank you very much. Honour members, I now put the question that Standing Order 125(2) be waived for the bill to be introduced before the expiry of 28 days notice. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. So the standing order has been waived.
Bills first reading, Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2, loan authorization.
Honour Minister, second reading when?
Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, today and now.
Thank you very much, honour members. I now put a question that the second reading of Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2, loan authorization circulated in this House be taken now. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. You can proceed to deliver a second reading speech.
Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the European Investment Bank, EIB, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2C Loan Authorization Bill 25 be read a second time. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, the bill seeks to authorize the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization on behalf of the Government of Republic of Malawi to borrow from European Investment Bank sums of money not exceeding 38 million euros to finance the rehabilitation of M1 Road under the second phase. Under this phase, the government negotiated a total of 58 million euros with the European Investment Bank, whereby a loan of 38 million euros will be provided by the bank, and a grant of 20 million euros will be provided by European Union. This financing will be available to the government of Malawi as a concessional package. The project has two components. The first component is civil works component, which is rehabilitating 347 kilometers of M1 road in 5 districts, namely Karonga, Songwe, 46 kilometers, Kacheche, Chiweta, 66.5 kilometers, Jenda, Nzimba, 46.5 kilometers, Kamuzu International Airport, to Kasungu, 102 kilometers, and Kasungu to Jenda, 85.5 kilometers. The second component of the project is the technical assistance. This component is providing implementation support to the Roads Authority, which is a promoter, and providing independent audits covering technical aspects, environmental and social, project management, and road safety issues. In addition, the second phase will support preparatory studies for the potential later addition of the Songwe Bridge component, which has been included as one of the conditions under the grant agreement. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, to provide further details in terms of concessional financing, the second phase of the finance contract has a grace period of 5 years and a period of 20 years, repayment period, after disbursement of each tranche. The current policy of the EIB, let me take that again. The current policy of Investment Bank is for the borrower, in this case, the government of Malawi, to choose whether to fix interest rates as specified in each disbursement notice or choose the floating rate according to the terms as specified in the finance contract. Currently, government has chosen the fixed interest rate, which is being planned at approximately 4% per annum of July 2025 to prepare in advance for its debt service obligations. In line with the concessionality requirement, this borrowing has also a grant element of 40%. So if you take it in totality, you find that there is a concession element of 35%. So this borrowing and plus the grant meets our requirement of borrowing on concessional basis. I would like to emphasize to this August House that the financing is in a form of concessional package, which includes a credit of 38 million and a grant of 20 million. The project began in 2019 by the DPP government, and its initial financial requirements amounted to 191 million. The requirements have been revised to 249.1 million euros as of the revised design report. During mobilization, there were a number of issues which were raised regarding the design of the drainage provisions, the need to increase pavement thickness, and some raising of the finished road levels to avoid overtopping. A revised report was completed in September 2023, which reflects the current request of 249.1 million euros as indicated in the finance contract. On average, according to the physical progress, the 4 contractors have covered over 40%, and there is need to ensure resources are secured for the successful implementation of this very important project. In the first phase, the government has received a total of 133.5 million euros as at the end of August 2025 from the European Investment Bank and the European Union, where funds may not be available beyond this financial year due to payments which will be made to the contractors for the completion of the works. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, I would like also to bring to the attention of this August House that in 2019, the government committed to contribute 20 million euros in this project, and government is in the process of ensuring that it also meets its obligation. Allow me to also recognize the support from the World Bank as they supported the government with the credit of 32.5 million for the implementation of this particular project. The project also received a technical assistance grant of 4.65 million euros. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, sir, M1 Road is part of the North-South corridor that links the 2 port cities of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania and Durban in South Africa. Approximately 1,145 kilometers of the North-South corridor passes through Malawi via M1 Road. Completing this project in 2026 remains a priority for the development of our country, Malawi. May I therefore invite honorable members to join me in thanking European Investment Bank and European Union for availing the financial resources to the government of Malawi. I now call upon this House to support the bill. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. Honourable members, now I'll consider Standing Order 127, 1, 2, 3, and 4 that requires spokespersons from opposition political parties. I now recognize the spokesperson for the Malawi Congress Party. Spokesperson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, for granting me the floor to respond to Bill 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, M1 Road Rehabilitation Loan Authorization Bill. The negotiations for this bill took place earlier this year, and as the party that was then in government, we're excited to see the bill finally here in Parliament for approval. Let me start by thanking the leadership of the Malawi Congress Party, namely His Excellency, the former State President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, as well as the Leader of Opposition, for entrusting me with the responsibility to respond to this bill on behalf of the mighty Malawi Congress Party. The bill seeks to authorize the Minister of Finance on behalf of Malawi government to borrow from the European Investment Bank an amount equivalent to 38 million euros as additional funding for M1 road rehabilitation. As we are all aware, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, this project is very important and it includes 5 sections. The Karonga-Songwe section, which is 46 kilometers, Kacheche-Chiweta, which is 66.5 kilometers, Jenda Mzimba, 46.5 kilometers, Kasungu to Jenda, 85.5 kilometers, and Kia to Kasungu, which is 102 kilometers. The Malawi Congress Party wholeheartedly supports this very important bill. And it is gratifying, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, to note that for the past 2-3 years, we've witnessed tremendous works done over this road. As you are aware, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker, this road turned into a death trap for the road users. And so it is very pleasing to note that the road is taking shape. It is also more pleasing, Mr. Second Deputy, Deputy Speaker, to note that the quality of the road is very high. You look at the thickness, it's massive. And we are very excited with the works that are being done. And as my Congress Party, we 100% support this very important bill. Mr. Deputy Speaker, as I conclude, as you are aware, government is a going concern. It is a continuing entity, and it's therefore exciting as well, pleasing to note that the current government is continuing with development projects which were actually taking place during the American Congress Party government. And quite a lot of them across the country. If you're talking of, M1, you can also talk of the, the Lake Shore, you talk of the Nsipe, Liwonde, all the way to Zomba. A lot of projects that are, have been taking place, and we are glad that this government is continuing from where the Chakwera administration left. The past administration almost turned the whole of this country into a construction site. Everywhere there was construction taking place, and we're excited that the current government is continuing from there. Without further ado, Mr. Deputy Speaker, as my Congress Party, we fully support this very important bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, spokesperson. UTM.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. Let me begin by sincerely thanking the Honorable Minister for the well-delivered statement on the bill, where the clarity, First Deputy Speaker, and purpose contained in the Minister's presentation demonstrate government's commitment to improve the lives of Malawians. And for that, we are grateful. Mr. Speaker, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, as we consider this bill, it is important to highlight the broader economic benefits expected from the project contained within it. According to the analysis conducted during the project appraisal, these investments carry positive economic returns. And as UTM, Mr. Speaker, it is our wish that as a country, we will only be borrowing on projects that have positive returns. The past years, we borrowed over 17 trillion, but there is a few to point at. That is unacceptable, First Deputy Speaker. This project has a positive NPV and the IRR that exceeds normal threshold for public investment. This means, Mr. Speaker, that every kwacha invested is expected to generate more value for our economy in the long term. The Honorable Minister has spoken about infrastructure and social services, and indeed, these projects will reduce transport costs, improve access to markets, stimulate trade, and create jobs. We have seen how our colleagues in the northern region and those that use the corridor have suffered for the past years, mainly at Weta. We cannot continue to let our people suffer as such. Mr. Speaker, these benefits from the backbone of a positive NPV and strong IRR, we have seen in these assessments. Simply put, Mr. Speaker, these are investments that pay back the nation over time. However, as a House, our role is to ensure that these projected benefits are fully realized. I wish, therefore, with great respect, to encourage the Minister to strengthen implementation oversight so that delays, cost escalations, and procurement challenges do not erode the strong economic returns we expect from this bill. With this consistent reporting and timely updates to Parliament, we can together safeguard the value embedded in these projects. Honourable Minister, your leadership is bringing forward a bill with a clear economic justification is commendable. As Parliament, we stand ready to support. As UTM, we stand ready to support in ensuring that positive NPV and strong IRR and the anticipated social benefit translate into real improvement for our people. With those remarks, I, on behalf of UTM, support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, spokesperson. Honour members, you might be wondering why UTM has been given the opportunity to present on this specific bill. According to our own standing orders, it is the main opposition party, the Malawi Congress Party, which has the power of having a spokesperson. But at the discretion of the chair sitting here, UTM had to be recognized to make those statements today. So if someone was asking, that's the reason why we've done that. Thank you very much. The bill debate is open, honour members. The debate is open. Leader? Oh, we.
First Deputy Speaker, before I stood, there was a member who wants to take the floor to contribute on the bill. Once it's done, I will curtail.
Thank you, Leader, for that consideration. I now recognize the honourable member for Lilongwe Nyanja constituency. Thank you. Constituency is at the back there? Okay.
Thank you so much, Leader, for recognizing that I stood, and thank you so much, Your Honor, this First Deputy Speaker, for doing the same. Maybe before I know it's not allowed to address background noise, but indeed, I come from Vumbwe. That's where my mother comes from. And it's a fact. And I also come from Lilongwe. That's where my late dad was coming from. And I married at Male village in Lumpi, Tie Mankunikira. So I'm more Malawian than some of the people who think in that way. Anyway, he's my brother-in-law. It's fine. Those are honorable ministers, brother-in-law. Anyway, Your Honor, the First Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank the Minister of Finance for ably presenting the bill, which clearly seeks to empower the locals, seeks to improve our road network, and that is the way to go. But I would like to ask for an assurance. Can the Minister of Finance give an assurance to the House that the money that is going to be borrowed is going to be put to good use? This is premised on the fact that World Bank has been reflected in his submission. And listening to him, and in relation to what World Bank just a few days ago committed in terms of maize purchase, it is alleged that out of that, World Bank also pushed that the 45 million that it has asked, we had asked, it has to be moved around the projects which are already existing in this country. So in this case, AGCOM is bound to suffer. Even regional climate resilience project under World Bank is most likely going to suffer if we're going to use the position which World Bank has given us. Maize is very important, but I would like an assurance from the minister that this money is not going to be diverted to do other things, because it is something that is going to be a law having been passed this afternoon. Are we not going to take that money and use it in other projects like purchase of maize? It is very important. We can look around within the country and source funds to provide for purchase of maize. But in relation that World Bank has been reflected, are we sure that this is not going to end up in the purchase of maize? But otherwise, this is something which is commendable, and I'm standing because I'm afraid that if we do what I've just said, it may affect the infrastructure development, and that will be a problem, because we have a Makanjira Road, which we approved, and that is waiting for the same funds. So I would like that kind of assurance through you, Your Honor, the first Deputy Speaker. Thank you so much for recognizing the people of Lilongwe, Nyanja Koswezi.
Thank you very much. The last to speak on this bill will be Lilongwe Likuni. I already recognize Lilongwe Likuni. You're going to speak in the next bill coming, and also at committee stage. Thank you. If you have questions to the Honourable Minister, we always respect you. This is your 4th term in Parliament, and we always give you preference. Thank you.
Thank you very much for recognizing Kelvin Mpande, the Ghetto President, aka the People's Bay.
Honour member.
Yes.
Honour member, there's no Kelvin Mpande in this house. Can we go straight to the business of the day?
Lilongwe Likuni constituency. The Ghetto President, of course. Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. I thank you very much, the Minister of Finance. But my concern is, as a country, yes, it's been borrowing. But what do we do to reduce the borrowing as a country? My focus is, as a country, we depend on taxes. Why can't you focus on the issue to do tax so that we can generate more, we can collect more through taxes? As a Minister of Finance, I would like to appeal to you that our focus should be coming up with policies. I support the borrowing. Yes, it is very important. But as Parliament, as a country, we need to focus on how do we collect more through taxes and through mining, of course. People have been exploiting our minerals by exploring maybe 5 years, 10 years. But as Parliament, we need to come up with laws so that we can generate through our minerals that we have as a country. That should be the focus. My appeal, Honourable Minister. Through taxes, we can come up with policies to bring in more in the tax net by reducing maybe tax rates. Tax rates in Malawi are too exorbitant. So when you reduce tax rates, we will be able to bring many people in the tax net. Let's also improve on maybe tax education, because many people in Malawi are not educated. They don't know issues to do with taxes. Come up with tax education. People should be able to know anything to do with taxes so that they should be able to be complying. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Leader.
First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that debate be curtailed in order to allow the Minister to wind up debate. I beg to move.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for allowing the Minister to...
Minister, maybe a motion first.
Oh.
Yeah, Honour members, we have a motion on the floor. We have a motion on the floor for debate to be curtailed to allow the Honourable Minister to wind up on the motion. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The motion is carried. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Honourable Minister of Finance, to wind up debate.
Thank you very much. By way of winding up, I would like to thank the spokespersons for both MCP and UTM for the positive response and for supporting the bill. I would like to assure the members on the other side of the aisle that this is DPP. This is DPP, which knows what prudence means. And I want to assure you that these are our projects. We started it, and it is this minister who presented this bill here. So I would want to assure you that we'll do it properly to the satisfaction of Malawians. I think there has been a request from UTM. There must be value for money, and that we need to strengthen implementation and monitoring, and also we continue reporting to the August House. I want to confirm to Honourable Member that that will be the case. While we are talking about value for money, and also in response to the issue that has been raised by Lilongwe Nyanja, if there is a party that uses money properly, is DPP. When we left government, public debt was 4.1 trillion. Kwacha. 4.1 trillion. Can I give me an opportunity to speak? It was 4.1
order
trillion.
To my left.
In Malawi Kwacha. But our colleagues on the other side multiplied by 5 times. As we speak now is 21.6, and I'm told more is coming. More is coming. So the fact is that I want to assure the honourable member. I want to assure the honourable member that no project will suffer. Indeed, we have used some of the resources from World Bank, but there's a program already for replenishment. You get it? So no project is going to suffer. I also want to assure you that DPP will not do what the past government did. I just want to give you examples. Something that is on my table. We got fuel from DRC. That fuel was not used. It was given to a private trader for fuel in Malawi. We got fertilizer from Morocco for AIP. It went to wrong hands. So DPP will not do that. DPP will not do that. And also there was maize. There was maize that was supposed to go to the poor people.
Yes.
But it was labeled as a party maize and was being distributed for campaign. That will not happen. That will not happen for DPP. If anybody, I can challenge. If anybody wants evidence, if you need evidence, I'm prepared to bring it here.
Bring it.
I will bring it here. Lastly, I would want to comment also. I want to no problem.
let's allow the minister to wind up. Immediately the minister winds up and the motion is carried, I will recognize you, Honorable Mlunguni, for a point of order. Thank you.
He's holding the floor.
Thank you very much. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I will try to emphasize, I'm trying to emphasize the point that we'll manage the resources properly and there will be value for money. That's the point I'm trying to emphasize here, and not like what was happening before. Now, with regard to, I think, the observation made by Lilongwe Likuni, I want to, and also want to agree with you, they need to reduce borrowing, and also they need to generate more revenue. I want to agree with you, and I would want to assure you that we have an economic recovery plan in place, and that will be presented in this August House. I also want to say that on Friday, this coming Friday, after tomorrow, when I'm presenting the midterm budget, to move that Bill number 24 of 2025, entitled European Investment Bank M1 Road Rehabilitation Phase 2 Loan Authorization, be now read a second time.
Thank you very much, honour members. I now put a motion that the bill number...
Point of order.
I will recognize you immediately after, because there's a motion on the floor. I will recognize you immediately after. Honour members, I now put a question that bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation, be now read the second time. Those of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Yeah, point of order, there's Mlunguni.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for giving the people of the Zamrunduni an opportunity to rise on a point of order. First Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Minister's responses are well appreciated. And in his response, he did touch, or he did speculate, that there are people that made donations, or governments that made donations to this country in form of fertilizer and fuel. And he goes on to say, this matter is on his table, and the fuel and the fertilizer never went through the government channels to benefit Malawians. The government is here to make sure that wrongs are corrected, and not just coming here to make utterances, speculations, because that's not what Malawians want out there. If anyone took fertilizer that was meant for Malawi, if anyone diverted fuel that was meant for Malawi, the duty of the government is to make sure that such people are brought to book.
Yes.
The Honourable Minister should not come here to make speculations, innuendos, those that stole must be brought to book. So I beg of you, Honourable Speaker, to call upon the Honourable Minister to name and shame the people that are behind the fertilizer and the fuel, not just to say words that are not that are just speculations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. Order, honour members, order. Thank you very much. That order, Lilongwe Nyanja, order. Lilongwe Nyanja, order. Honour members, order, honour members, honour members. Thank you very much. I would like to, I'm being tempted to sustain your point of order. Actually, the Honourable Minister of Finance has said he has evidence, and at any given time, he is ready to bring forward that evidence to the House And that will be respected. Honor members, the bill now. Honor members, the bill is now at committee stage. Leader, do you want me to recognize you before the committee stage? Thank you, Leader.
First Deputy Speaker, excuse me, can I have...
Leader is on the floor, honor members. Leader is on the floor, honor members. Order.
I just want to say one thing. We are in serious business here. And therefore, I would like to appeal to every member in this House to please maintain decorum. Let's avoid making unnecessary noise. The issues that have been raised will be addressed at an appropriate time. For now, let us concentrate on the bill that we want to dispose of. No, I'm just speaking to all sides of the House. Please, let's remain orderly. So even that side, even on our side, let us please maintain order, and so it is on that side. Please, please, please. Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Leader. That point is noted. Honor members, I recognize I'm using my own discretion now to recognize a former chair of the previous committees to chair a committee stage. Was she a chair? I need to recognize a former chair. Those former chairs, please rise so you can be recognized. The honorable member for Chikwawa West, please come forward and chair the committee stage of the House. Thank you. Honorable members, welcome to the committee stage of Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2C Loan Authorization. I wish to inform you that so far, the Chair has not received any notice of proposed amendments on this bill. If no one wishes to speak, I now recognize Honorable Member for Rumpi West. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Rumpi West wants to get a clarification from the Minister of Finance. The Chiweta, Kacheche to Chiweta stretch has been mentioned, but so far we have got a stretch from Chiweta to Karonga Boma, which is badly damaged.
Which clause are you quoting, Honorable Member?
I'm talking on the 46 kilometers that he mentioned.
Which clause are you quoting?
Clause 1B.
We are not debating at this point.
Yeah, it's a question.
You have to mention the clause. Which clause are you talking about? Yes, Honorable Member, you have to mention the clause.
The minister answers it. On the 47-kilometer.
Which clause?
Clause Karonga to Songwe border.
Honorable member.
From the bill.
Don't have that clause, then take a seat.
Don't
take
worry.
A seat.
Keep time.
If no one wishes to speak, I now put a question. The question is that clauses 1 to 6 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, this marks the end of the committee stage of Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2C Loan Authorization. Thank you for your active participation.
Bills report stage, Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2C, Loan Authorization.
I now call upon the minister, the Honourable Minister, responsible to report on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. We may opportunity to report on this particular bill, but allow me to address one important issue that has been raised by the honourable member. Yes, indeed, it's true that the Chiweta, there's a section that is terrible, and it will be difficult for people to travel during the rainy season. It's in the paper. I've read about it. I just want to assure the honourable member that this government, which takes into account the people's issues, we're going to address that issue. And maybe we could have a discussion after this, after we have passed the bills. With those remarks, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to report that Bill number 24 of 2025, entitled European Investment Bank M1 Road Rehabilitation Phase 2C Loan Authorization, went through committee stage without amendments, and I beg to move that the third reading of the Bill number 24 of 2025 be taken today. Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. Honourable members, I now put a motion, and the motion is that the third reading of Bill number 24, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation, be read. The third reading be taken today and now. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Bill's third reading, Bill number 24 of 2025, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation 2C, Loan Authorization.
Honourable Minister, for third reading.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. I beg to move that Bill number 24 of 2025, entitled European Investment Bank M1 Road Rehabilitation Phase 2C, Loan Authorization, be now read a third time and passed. I beg to move.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, I now put a question. The question is now the Bill Number 24, European Investment Bank, Malawi M1 Road Rehabilitation, be read a third time and pass. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the bill has passed. Thank you very much, honourable members. Leader.
First Deputy Speaker, this in-law of ours is very, very talkative. We'll throw him out of the village. Yeah, but on a serious note, right honourable First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that we. All right. I like to request that we proceed with the second bill, so that we dispose it off and then we can go for a health break. If we do it quickly, we could probably have an early shower. You never know. But let us do it till the next bill.
Thank you very much. And to agree with you, Honorable Leader, with the time that we have in the afternoons, it's actually very difficult for the chair to suspend for a half a break when the business is flowing the way it is flowing. So I know some honorable members would want to question that, but it is at the discretion of the chair to accord a half a break. Our standing orders literally don't provide for that, so we will not be breaking for a half break. We will continue with the bills. And so, Leader, we are going to bill number 25. Is that what the guidance?
Bill number 26.
Or bill number 26.
Government business bills.
Honor members, Honourable members, I will now allow the Honourable Minister to move the waiver of Standing Order 125-2 on the 28-day notice. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I beg to move that notice period for circulation of the Bill number 26 of 2025 OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Project Loan Authorization Bill 2025 be waived in order to allow the House to consider the bill because of its urgency and the importance for the following reasons. One, because the people around Gender are not able to get potable and clean water, and it exposes their lives to diseases. And therefore, it is very important that we provide water as soon as possible to the people around Gender. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you very much, honourable members. I now put the question that Standing Order 125 be waived for the bill to be introduced before the expiry of the 28-day notice. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Government business bills first reading. Bill number 26 of 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Project Loan Authorization.
Thank you very much. Honourable Minister, you can proceed with the... Honourable Minister, second reading when?
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, today and now.
Honourable members, I now put the question that second reading of the bill number 26, 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Project be taken today and now. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Honourable Minister, you have the floor.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Authorization Bill be read a second time. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the bill before the House seeks to authorize the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization to borrow from OPEC Fund for International Development, OPEC, funds amounting to $27 million, approximately 47.3 billion Malawi kwacha, to finance the implementation of gender, water supply and sanitation project. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the overall objective of the gender, water supply and sanitation project is to expand access to safe and reliable water and to improve public health and environment sustainability through the provision of potable water, enhanced sanitation, hygiene, and solid and liquid waste management services at Gendertown and the surrounding areas. Specifically, the project aims to, 1, improve access to safe and reliable water by increasing water production, extending the distribution network, and improving service infrastructure to ensure safe and reliable water access for all households and institutions in Gender and the surrounding areas. 2, to construct water supply system with production capacity of 4,826 cubic meters per day, comprising of the following elements. 1, reinforcement concrete well, a raw water pump station, raw water main pipeline, water treatment plant, clear pump station, clear water transmission pipelines, service reservoirs, auxiliary buildings and access roads, booster station, distribution pipelines network, and power supply. And also the project aims at improving public health and environment sustainability through enhancement of sanitation infrastructure, strengthening of solid and liquid waste management systems, and promoting hygiene practices to reduce sanitation-related diseases and groundwater contamination. Thirdly, the project also aims at supplying and deliver 5,000 water meters, motor vehicles, materials for water connections and laboratory equipment. It also aims to implement Katete and Champira forest catchment activities, including the catchment delineation, creation of buffer zones, and community sensitization, and also promotion of good farming practices such as contour farming, deep bed farming, and also deal with the issue of soil erosion by controlling and promoting the provision of to farmers of Mr. First Speaker, it is also this project also deal with reforestation by promoting the provision of 250,000 tree seedlings, improve sanitation and hygiene services in households, institutions, and public places through the provision of I think treatment facility, and also 2 Blaton blocks at the Gender Secondary School. The project also, I think, will deal with water, sanitation, and hygiene facilities at a main bus terminal, and also do the landfill for solid waste disposal management, a solid waste and water waste collection trucks, and sanitation equipment for handling solid and liquid waste. It will also provide capacity building and enhance operational capacity. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, as honorable members may be aware, Gendertown has grown from a mere police roadblock, checkpoint in the early 1990s to a busy trading center with a market, tomato processing factory, bus depot, several shop outlets and rest houses, and the fast-growing residential compounds. The main piped water supply system for Gender and the surrounding areas is the Gender Water Supply System, which is growth center exclusively. The water supply infrastructure was constructed in 2015 with financing from local development fund, and it was designed for year 2022 water demand. However, the project was not implemented in full. As such, the system is not able to produce and supply adequate water to satisfy the demand. In addition, water is supplied and treated to the consumers, which puts the communities at gender at risk of contracting waterborne diseases, supplied water. The other system is the Champira Rural Gravity Fed System, constructed in the early 1980s, which serves Champira, Chikata, Helen, Kamatao, Kapopo, as well as part of Gender Rural Growth Center. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the existing gender water supply system has the following challenges. The existing raw water sources for gender water supply system can only supply 380 cubic per day against the year 2045 maximum day demand of 7,301 cubic meters per day. The existing raw has high levels of arsenic, whereas the water is supplied to the communities untreated. And the other challenge is that the water supply system has very small diameter pipes and inadequate capacity facilities such that small consumers receive water only during some hours of the day. The system has very old pipes, which leaks badly, such that non-revenue water is very high. Newly developed areas are not supplied with potable water, as there is no water supply infrastructure. Communities in those areas use unsafe water. And the cost of maintenance of existing facilities is very high, as the facilities are very old. There is also limited storage capacity for water, such that water stops running consumer taps immediately there is a pipe breakdown and or power outage. And there is also very limited sanitation and hygiene services at gender. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, it is therefore very obvious that the project is well overdue, and that the benefits to be realized from this project cannot be overemphasized. The gender water supply and sanitation project will improve the general livelihood and productivity of the people of Gender Town and the surrounding areas. Furthermore, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the project will also greatly contribute to the reduction of the top leading causes of death in Malawi, which are diarrhea diseases, which is, I think, accounts for almost 18%. In addition, the project speaks to the enabler number 5 of the Malawi 2063 first 10-year implementation plan, is MIP 1 on human development, and it is also in line with the Sustainable Development Goal number 6 of providing universal access to sustainable clean water and sanitation by 2030. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this loan from OPEC Fund is being provided to the government of Malawi on soft terms, which are as follows: interest rate of 1% per annum, commitment fees of 0.5%, and 3 loan repayment period of 20 years, inclusive of the grace period of 5 years. The Honorable House may also wish to be advised that this loan facility is concessional. Terms have a grant element of almost 35%, which is above the recommended threshold of 35% on loan concessionality. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, you may wish to be advised that this means that government will be required to repay the loan, commitment fees, and interest charges out of the General Consolidated Fund. It is for this reason that the government is requesting for approval from this August House to access these funds which are on favorable terms. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, In view of the anticipated huge positive impact of this project on the people of Gendertown and the surrounding areas, this project is very critical and it therefore seeks the support of this august House. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to mention and to stress that these terms are the best terms a country can get from the OPEC Fund. May I therefore invite honorable members to join me in thanking the OPEC Fund for International Development for providing this credit to the government of Malawi, and I call upon the august House to support the bill. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister of Finance. Before I recognize the opposition spokespersons, honourable members, I wish to inform this august House of the presence of distinguished visitors in the gallery. We have two sets of visitors. The first one is a group of 101 students from Abubakar Tayyub Girls Islamic Education Center. They are from Salima Central constituency, and they are in the gallery, so I thought before they leave Parliament, they should be appreciated. Can I first ask the honourable member for Salima Central to rise? Can you, the honourable member for Salima Central, rise? And ask our visitors from Abubakar Tayyub Girls Islamic Education Center to rise. Can you please rise? Thank you very much for coming to Parliament. You are welcome, and I understand there's also a grouping of 36 students from Asalam Boys Secondary School in Mangochi. They are from Mangochi Mkunguru constituency. I don't know if they are still in the gallery. If they are, can you please rise so we can appreciate you coming? The honorable member for Mangochi Mkunguru is not in the house. Can I request the honorable member for Mulanje West to rise so the students can appreciate you on behalf of Mangochi Mkunguru, who is not in the house? Thank you very much for coming to Parliament, and welcome to Parliament. I was being advised that they are from Asalam Boys Secondary School in Mangochi Mkunguru, which borders the Honorable Minister of Information. Can the students rise again from Mangochi? The Honorable Minister of Information would like to see you. Who is your? They are neighboring constituencies. Thank you very much. You can sit down. Thank you very much. Welcome to Parliament. Allow me to recognize spokesperson on this bill from the Malawi Congress Party. The honorable member for Deza Kasina, are you rising as a spokesperson?
Yes.
Thank you. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of Deza Kasina to speak on the bill on the bill which is on the floor, representing the mighty Malawi Congress Party. Let me thank the president of the mighty Malawi Congress Party, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, and the leader of opposition for recognizing people of Deza Kasina to speak on this bill. First, let me congratulate the Minister of Finance for presenting this bill, the bill which seeks to authorize the government to have a loan from OPEC Fund to provide water and sanitation at Gender Trading Center. I want to agree with the Honourable Minister that indeed Gender Trading Center is no longer just a bus station or a roadblock. It's a fast-growing trading center. That's why the previous government, under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, thought it wise that people of Gender and surrounding areas deserve to have clean water and issues of sanitation. Because this bill under OPIC was approved on 29 July 2025. And I should commend the Honorable Minister and the new government for continuing this bill, because it's for the good of people of Gender and surrounding areas. To agree with the Minister of Finance, as a government, as a government in waiting, which we are coming back in 2030, we are supporting the bill to allow government to borrow this money. But I want to ask the Minister of Finance that while OPEC is giving us this money, we should also, as a government, meet our obligations to fund the other components, which, as a government, we are supposed to meet, because we have seen it that sometimes the donor these people who are helping us, they are going to help us, but as a government, we fail to meet our obligations to fund the other component. So on that one, I would urge to make it known that let government commit their obligations to fund this project. But also, I should commend the Minister of Finance. I think it's the first of its kind with this new government that they'll bring in this house a loan authorization with a less interest. The 1% interest from OPEC, it's, as you said, it's very reasonable and it's very favorable for the country. But it must also be put on record, as the Minister of Finance said, this loan, it has a repayment period of 20 years, and we are only starting paying back after 5 years. Meaning, when Malawi Congress Party is back in power in 2030, from November, we are the one to start repaying this loan. This is what happened in 2020 to 2025. The previous government was paying loan which was borrowed some 10 years back. Because why I'm saying this, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, is because when we sit here as members of parliament and authorize these loans, we are the very same people, we go out there and start telling the public misinformation that this government overborrowed or this government is borrowing more, when we know in actual sense that some of these loans, the government, they just adopt because of the payment mode, like the one we want to approve this afternoon, which we're only going to start paying 5 years from now, which is 2030, under the new administration of Malawi Congress Party. So that I needed to put that on record. But also on the reforestation, if you're looking at the components of this loan, it's talking about the implementation of Katete and Jampira forest catchment activities. And one of it, Chair, is to provision of 250,000 tree seedlings. It's a good initiative. But then I wanted us to go further. Instead of just providing the tree seedlings, we should also make sure we are able to sustain and to ensure that those tree seedlings, they have grown into trees. Because every year we have a season of planting trees as a country, but we don't look after them. So I hope the Minister of Finance, this loan has a component to make sure that these 250,000 seedlings we are providing under the Katete and Jampira afforestation program, we are able to follow through and make sure that these trees are there. But also in the issues of waste management, which is one of the components of this loan, I think as a country we need to now to move ahead and have a proper policy on waste management policy. Not only, because the issue of sanitation, it's a big issue and it's a challenging issue globally. As we are talking now, I know in Brazil the issues of COP30 is happening. It's an issue of sanitation and issues of taking care of natural resources. But issues of waste management, not only in gender, even in our cities, even here in Lilongwe, how we dispose of our waste management is a challenge. So I think we need to come up with a proper policy to ensure that as a country we have stiff penalties, but also a proper guidelines on how we are going to manage waste management. Not only the provision of trucks and whatever as means of waste management. that is not going to help this country. Very lastly, before I yield the floor, through chair, is also, while we're commending the Northern Region Water Board, because this is Northern Region Water Board, I now cry for Central Region Water Board, because we are seeing so many bills. It's either Northern Region Water Board, Southern Region Water Board, but Central Region Water Board, I think, is one of the ineffective water board. We have districts, we have townships in Central Region. We have Chimbia, we have Lintipe, we have Bembege, where we have our investor. Mr. Speaker, I should put it on record. As someone from Dedza, we have investor who we are always proud of, who invested in Bembege through Bembege FM, and he's right here in this house. So I wanted to put on record that even Bembege Trading Center, we need the clean water at one point. So we need the Central Region Water Board also to be effective, so that people from Dedza, people from Cheo, and people from Trading Center, they can one day clap hands for this government that they have been looked after for water and sanitation. With these few remarks, Mr. Federal Speaker, as the mighty Malawi Congress Party, a government in waiting 2030, we support the bill. I submit.
Thank you very much. I now open debate, and by default, I still recognize the honour member for Mwanza Central, then Zimba South. In that order, please.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing Mwanza Central to put a word on Bill number 26. That seeks the Honorable Minister of Finance that seeks government to borrow equivalent of $27 million from OPEC fund for gender, water supply, and sanitation. Let me first commend the ministry for providing water and sanitation, for prioritizing water and sanitation, which are not only essential for public health and socio-economic development, but also recognized by the World Health Organization and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 6 as critical human dignity and sustainable development. First Deputy Speaker, access to water and proper sanitation has far-fetched benefits. It improves public health, mainly reducing waterborne diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid. And World Health Organization notes that adequate water and sanitation can prevent hundreds of and thousands of deaths annually. First Deputy Speaker, this also helps to empower women and children, freeing them from long walks to fetch water, enabling school attendance, and also promoting gender equality. First Deputy Speaker, this also has the economic productivity. Healthier communities contribute more effectively to agriculture, small businesses, and local economies. And finally, this project also has an element of environmental protection. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, proper sanitation reduces contamination of rivers and groundwater, supporting sustainable ecosystems. I know that a similar project was undertaken in 2015, but the population at Gender has grown rapidly. It is therefore crucial that the new initiative is designed with future population growth, ensuring it remains sustainable for decades, First Deputy Speaker. In this regard, I wish to offer advice to the ministry to ensure projects' infrastructure accommodates population growth and urban expansion, preventing the need for frequent upgrades. I also request the minister to make sure that there is transparency during procurement of equipment and other materials. There is strong monitoring mechanisms for the project and timely completion with guarantee value for money and that the benefits reach the intended communities. Actively involved local leaders, councils, and water users to promote ownership and sustainability. Finally, I want to also put it to the minister. There is need to look at debt sustainability. The President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, during the address at the opening of the 52nd session of Parliament, highlighted that our economy is in distress. Currently, debt is at almost 21 point something trillion, and the minister also mentioned that in this House. It is a very worrying situation. Currently, our debt GDP ratio is almost 86%, which is very unsustainable. So I wish to also request the minister, though this loan is concessional, we need careful management in terms of financial sustainability to ensure that borrowing translates into lasting development outcomes. With these considerations, I support the bill, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, and commend the Minister for the visionary initiative by aligning with global standards, best practices, and long-term projections. The Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project, First Deputy Speaker, can transform lives, protect health, and also contribute to sustainable development for generations to come. With these remarks, I support this bill on behalf of UTM and my president, Dr. Dalitso Kabambe. I thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
Mzimba South.
Thank you so much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for giving the people Mzimba South to add a comment to debate on the OPEC fund for international development that will go towards the Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project, which will be financed by the $27,000. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, first let me thank the Minister of Finance. If there was one item, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for the past 6 years that I've been standing in this Parliament, it was about water issues that we have had at Gender. And Mr. First Deputy Speaker, you know Gender very well. It's a good trading center that is growing. And for your information, Gender covers 3 to 4 constituencies: Mzimba Lwerezi, Mzimba South, Mzimba Southwest, Kasungu North, and also Mzimba Mperekezi. So all these 3 constituencies are covered by Gender. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me also thank the Minister of Finance. If you look at this bill, it's phrasing Gender as Gender Town. You know, normally we say Gender Trading Center, but I want to thank the Minister of Finance that with this project, Gender Trading Center will no longer be called Gender Trading Center. It's going to be called Gender Town because of the components that are inside it. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this morning, I was at Gender when I was passing through. I was coming from the funeral from Chigude. I was at Gender. One of the issues that people highlighted there, who have been always highlighting, is the water problem. We have the Water Users Association there, but with the current population that is there, the Water Users Association, people there are always complaining that the Water Users Association, they're charging them every time, but there's no water. You go to households right now, you testify with me that they have got bills from the Water Users Association, but in actual sense, they don't tap water. So with the coming with this project, it will really give us a lift. On the other hand, if you look at gender also, you'll find that in 2 to 3 years ago, there was an expansion of the gender police unit to gender police station. Right now, we've got more than 100 police officers that are staying at gender, but they don't have good water. Right now, the government is also considering to uplift gender health center to gender community hospital. So all these facilities, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, who need water. And I'm happy that Mr. of Finance has quickly come in to give a lift to the people around the gender. On the other hand, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I'm happy that this bill is also talking about the Katete and Champira side. If you go to Champira right now, you still more have problems of water. And I'm also happy that the forest will be tackled. We have got a water reservoir at the Champira forest. We call it Kamankuku. People have been struggling. We also have a water users association at Champira who looks after the Kamankuku water reserve. And they don't have capacity to manage these things. So with the coming of this bill, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, it is a great relief of people around the Katete, people around the Champira. It goes up to Hoho, it goes up to Kankoli, Ehekeni, Champira, Kamatao, and also Chipata. Now, if you also go down to this bill, it talks that there will also be some two blocks that will be constructed at Gender Secondary School. This is another great relief. If you come to Gender and come at the Gender CDSS, you'll find that there are a lot of students that are maybe that need the school block. So with this component of this sanitation, they will also help us to construct 2 school blocks. So with these few remarks, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, people of Mzimba South are happy. People of Mzimba South give you salute to this government for considering as quickly as possible so that we can have water at Gender. May God bless you for considering us. May God continue being with you, Mr. of Finance, for giving us this water project. And I know the people at Gender are concurring with me because this has been a problem. And today you are here solving the problem of Gender. May God bless you. Thank you so much. I support the bill. Thank you so much.
In view of the massive support that the bill has received on the floor, Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that debate be curtailed to allow the Minister of Finance to wind up the debate. I beg to move.
Thank you, honour members. We have a motion. The motion is to allow debate be curtailed, so the Minister of Finance should wind up debate. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. So, Honour Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. As way of winding up, I would like to thank the spokesperson for Malawi Congress Party and UTM for the support of the bill. Allow me to confirm to the Honourable spokesperson for MCP that indeed this administration will make sure that it meets its obligations and ensure that the project moves smoothly, and that will be done. And also I would like to assure the honourable member that indeed measures will be put in place to ensure that the tree seedlings that are planted, they are sustained and ensure that they grow and do not die. The experts are advising me that the government is considering to achieve high survival rate. They will do that by doing what they're calling sport cultivation, and prepare fire breaks almost every year so that maybe the citizens are not caught by fire. I also want to assure and maybe agree with the honorable member that indeed, I think most of the water boards, we are talking about Central Region Water Board, Southern Region Water Board, and the other water boards, I think they need to emulate what Northern Region does. From experience as a former Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development, indeed, it has always been Northern Region Water Board. You don't see much from Central Region Water Board. You don't see much from Southern Region Water Board. I would indeed agree that I think these institutions, they need to do better. What they are doing, I think they are starving their own people in their regions. So that I entirely agree. I also want to agree with the spokesperson for UTM on the issue of transparency, accountability, value for money, and ensure that the benefits accrue to the intended individuals or population. I would want to assure that indeed on the issue of loan sustainability, I would want to assure you that one, we'll make sure that we borrow less and make sure it is productive, and also ensure that we only borrow concession. That's the only way that we can reduce public debt. I would like also to mention that this particular project has been designed to cater for a population projection to year 2045, meaning that we have taken into account the growth of the population over the period, so that as the town grows, we ensure that those are catered for by this water system that we are talking about here. Lastly, I would want also to assure the people of Zimba South that Gender will be a town, and we'll make sure that Gender becomes a town. Lastly, maybe it's an assurance also that the DPP administration always considers the Northern Region as one of the important regions for us. I want to say this because I want you to be listening to this because it's very, very important. I want to confirm that the DPP administration considers the Northern Region as important. That's why it puts most of the projects there. I just wanted to confirm to you that it is the DPP administration that did Kitipa water system. We did the Rump. We did the Zimba. We did Katabe. And now we are doing Gender. So I would like to assure you that indeed, be assured that they will be taken care of. With those remarks, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I therefore beg to move that Bill number 26, 2025, entitled OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project, loan authorization, be now read a second time.
Thank you very much, Honour Minister. Honour members, I now put the question that the bill number 26 of 2025 OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project be read a second time. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honour members, the bill is now on committee stage, and the
Bills committee stage, Bill number 26 of 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply and Sanitation, loan authorization.
Honourable members, I recognize a former chair of this House, and the only one remaining now is the Honourable Member for Salima North.
Salima Central West.
Salima Central West to chair the committee stage. Salima
former
Central
chair
East.
for transport and public infrastructure.
Those are his credentials to chair the committee stage. Thank you.
Honorable members, welcome to committee stage of the whole House. And we're dealing with Bill number 26 of 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply, and Sanitation Project Loan Authorization. I wish to inform you all that so far, the chair has not received any notice of proposed amendments on this bill. Therefore, if nobody wishes to speak, I now put a question. The question is that clauses 1 to 6 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye. And those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. Therefore, the motion is carried, and therefore the clauses 1 to 6 stand part of the bill. Honorable members, in conclusion, at this stage, I wish to inform you that this marks the end of this committee stage of Bill number 26 of 2025. Thank you so much for your attention. And remember, it is OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project Loan Authorization. Thank you.
Report stage, Bill number 26 of 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project Loan Authorization.
Thank you very much. I now call upon the Honourable Minister of Finance to report on the bill.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to report that Bill number 26 of 2025, entitled OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender Water Supply and Sanitation Project Loan Authorization, went through the committee stage without amendments, and therefore I beg to move that the third reading of the Bill number 26, 2025 be taken today and now.
Thank you very much, Honour members. I now put a question that third reading of the bill be taken today and now. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Bills third reading, Bill number 26 of 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Project, loan authorization.
Minister, third reading.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. I beg to move that Bill number 26 of 2025, entitled OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Project, loan authorization, be now read a third time and passed. I beg to move.
Honourable members, I now put the question that Bill number 26 of 2025, OPEC Fund for International Development, Gender, Water Supply and Sanitation Project be read a third time and passed. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion has passed, and the bill has passed. Thank you. Honourable Minister of Finance for those bills, and may you go and implement on the bills, and congratulations to the House for the bills that we have processed this afternoon, and indeed for the people of Gender Town, represented by Honourable Chamblanyina Jere. Congratulations. Leader, I see you rising.
Just to join you, First Deputy Speaker, in congratulating the House for passing these two very, very important money bills. And because of that, First Deputy Speaker, I would like to beg that we have an early adjournment, taking into account that members did not have a health break, dedicating themselves to serving Malawians. I therefore beg that